So, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out we have completed the game. We have completed the game. I don't know how to feel about that. I can't find I don't know how to do the other two. So I guess it's time to review this thing, since I've somehow got to make it as long as possible. Good for me. So, what do I think about this MyRISE? It was fun, but also very tedious to do. I mean, if you think about it, if I go to story progress, I have done 14 stories at the Performance Center. I have done 21 in NXT. That's already a total of 35? 35. And then I'm going to add 20 on top of that, so that is 55. Wait, was it 55? Yeah, 55. I've had to do 80. I've had to do 80. Wait, is this? Wait, hold on. Is it 80? Well, that's 55. Add on the 2, that's a 7. Yeah, 80. I have done 80 stories. I have won every single belt that you can possibly see in this thing. I won the WWE Championship from Seth Rollins. I won the US title against Ciampa. I won the Universal Championship technically from Kevin Owens. I won the Intercontinental Championship from Big E. I won the NXT Championship 3 times. And I won the North American Championship twice? I would like to say twice. So, let's go over what I think was the best storylines in the game. Not by any order, but what storyline I can remember. First off, I want to talk about the Finn Balor Demon one. That one was sick. That one is probably one of the best ones in NXT. You have to face Balor, beat him, and then, you know, he's got his 4 little demons on you. And you're like, nah, I'm done for. I am done for. I am done for. And then you were to go over to Samoa Joe. In my playthrough, I did not have anything to do with Braun Strowman, but in other storylines, you did. In other options, you did. The North American one was okay. I mean, Damian Priest acting like a little bitch with his little nightstick, like he's the big boss man. And you have to fight off like every NXT Cruiserweight Champion contender known to man. The Intercontinental Championship one. Sure, fighting Big E, Nakamura, and Paradon? Jay Pierce was a bit fun, but overall a little bit lacking. The Universal Championship one, though, beautiful, masterclass in perfection on one of the stories. It was one of my favourite stories. Pure. Sure, the Money in the Bank was a little bit tedious, especially since I had to do it twice since it crashed, but overall, it was fine. It was a fine story. The US title, that was probably my favourite mid-card storyline, where Ciampa just, you know, injured me, so as an act of revenge, I had to work with Chase. Thanks, Ciampa, for that, by the way. The WWE Championship storyline, one of the most recent. I enjoyed it. I mean, first off, I had that little storyline with the Disciples teaming up with Murphy, Mustafa Ali, and Austin Theory. Wasn't a bad storyline, that wasn't. And then you know, had to do the Rumble. And then turns out he screwed us, and then everyone screwed him. Now let's talk about a little bit that I actually want to talk about. That in reality, none of the choices that I picked, or none of the stuff that really happened in the storylines, really mattered. And let me explain. The biggest one was in Rollins' storyline. So, in my playthrough, I got the Disciples with me. Mustafa Ali, Austin Theory, and Buddy Murphy was now following me. And I'm thinking, oh cool, so where do I go with this? Like, do I just become, you know, a good leader? The answer is no. It was just never heard from again. Just never heard from again. The NXT lot. Let's talk about the people that we knew at the Performance Center. Jay Pierce. What was the point? What was the point? At least in other games, at least like even Baron Blade. You had the choice to fight Baron Blade at Mania. Of course, it's your choice, but you still had the option. And I thought this career mode would have ended in, oh, you get to fight Jay Pierce at WrestleMania for your championship that you had at the time. I'm thinking, okay, cool, fine, great, fantastic, would be brilliant. But the only thing that we only had him in was the IC belt. That was it. And that was with Big E and Nakamura on my ass. Really? So that wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. Hector Flores. A pain that I'm going to go through now is that I never saw Hector Flores on the main roster. Not once. Not once did I see Hector Flores on the main roster. I saw him in the Royal Rumble, but that could have easily just have been, oh, he's NXT, so he's going to get the NXT spot in the Royal Rumble. Hector never gets calls up. Plus, what about Chase? As much as I don't Chase the character, some part of me wishes that he actually, you know, got through to the system. We don't know if he got to NXT. We don't know if he will never get to the main roster, but at least we could have known, like, you know, he made it to NXT in the end despite doing it like 7 times. He got there in the end. Fine by me, fine by me. But he never actually came through. We had him in one match, and I think that was in NXT before I left. And the only time I saw him again was when I bet him up for the Tommaso Ciampa storyline. What about some storylines that didn't involve champions? I enjoyed the Rey Mysterio Eddie Guerrero storyline. That was probably my favourite non-title storyline across the whole entire game, because of how much of a dick I was. Like, I had to fight, like, Ray, then Eddie, and then Ray again. I think that was the order. And to, like, get beaten up by Eddie and his lowrider, dude, that was so sick. That was so sick. Another storyline that I enjoyed, mainly because of the gimmick change that I enjoyed, was the King of the Ring. Of course, in real life, if I had to face Randy Orton in the final of anything without even doing a fight, I'm losing. But, you know, it's cool that we actually won the King of the Ring. And again, we had to do that ourselves. And I know a lot of YouTubers have done it themselves. So it was nice to join in for the fun. What other storylines were there? Major Kane was funny. Just because of the glitch that I dealt with The Undertaker, to be honest. Impolite Vikings, Happy Birthday Tasha. I'm trying to think of any other storylines. RKO Heat, Money in the Bank Robbery, Hardy Noise, Friends in High Places. I'm trying to think of like any other stories. Keith Lee is Limited. Maya Norma's butt. Okay, that one was just stupid. Yeah, I can't really see any other storylines that I can even remember or that I like. But you know what? You know what's cool about this? We got to the highest level. Social media is pretty much basically dead. There's no way that any of this is actually going to mean that I get the stories. None. So, overall, what do I give MyRISE? I give it a 7 to an 8. I would have actually no, 6 to a 7. I would have given it an 8 if what happened in the stories actually mattered. I'll be honest. I like the freedom of choice, but you have to try and link it up next time to the other stories. So it works in tandem with the other stories. But that's pretty much it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching WWE 2K MyRISE. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.